All right, welcome back to the Theory of Conspiracies podcast. We got a little Bucky's here. Don't worry, it is Coke Zero. 5 o'clock somewhere, but trying to lose some of this so I can look better on camera for y'all. No ads this week. This is our last episode of the season, so I'm gonna go to the chat and see what kind of questions y'all have. I know y'all tired of those ads where I had to read about microeconomics and all that stuff. So let's see what y'all got for me in the chat. All right. First question. Let's see what they're talking about. It says, "How do your personal purchasing decisions influence the types of goods and services produced?" I thought we were talking about conspiracy. Okay. So for that, whenever we consistently buy products or healthier foods, that's when it gets popular. Then everybody's on this healthy kick, or those eco-friendly type of services. Like, you remember when the paper straws came out? At first it sounded crazy, then everybody jumped on the wave, especially people in California, jumped on the wave, and then companies started adapting it because they look cool or they look faddish because they have paper straws or recycled cups. That's how we influence. All right. Let's get to some real questions here. All right. Next question is, what ways can consumer behavior affect pricing strategies or encourage ethical practices? Uh, This is not what the okay. High demand can lead to higher prices, while lower demand often results in discounts. All right. If something is super popular, the price is going to jump. If it's not that popular, then it's going to be on discount. Look at Jordans. The Jordans that come out that are rare, the price jump up with the resellers. The ones that come out that don't sell too good, you see them up in TJ Maxx for $30. All right. Does that answer your question? You need another example of some stores use reusable products or organic foods because more consumers are choosing environmental friendly options. Back to the paper straws. All right. I think earlier I was saying plastic straws, but I meant paper. All right, so don't hop in the comments. All right, next question. Let's get to some real, conspiracies. All right. Let's talk about how Chernobyl is directly linked to Hurricane Katrina because they're both man-made tragedies from neglect. All right, let's get into something like that. Let's see what this next question is. How do how do market structures affect how firms respond to consumer demand? This is not an economic. I know I shouldn't have took that ad. All right, perfect competition focuses on efficiency. What's that word? Monopolistic competition relies on branding. Those companies that are real good with branding, but the product sucks, and product variety. Other ones monitor competitors closely. They want to see what the next company is doing so they can stay up to par. But monopolies have more control because there are less competition, so they can do what they want. They can set the prices kind of where they want, but not too crazy. Monopolies don't have unlimited power, but they do have the power to set the bar. All right. Are we done with this? Next question. How does elasticity influence your behavior and firm pricing decisions? How does elasticity influence your behavior and firm price? It's the question he asked. If the price is a necessity, like gas increases, like you still gonna buy it, right? Gas goes up 30 cents. Yeah, we hop on social media and complain, but you still gotta get to work. You're still gonna buy it. You're gonna complain. You're gonna have a sad face, but you're still gonna buy it. All right. But if the price of your favorite snack, like my Coke Zeros, if these go up $1 or 30 cents, no, no, I go to Dr Pepper Zero or Sprite Zero. It's disgusting, but no, I'm not gonna do that because it's not a necessity. Because there are other brands that I could get the same product from. All right. Next question: how do households? Y'all are trolling. Y'all are trolling. Okay. Y'all are trolling. How do households and firms interact with the circular flow model? It's funny, guys. Households provide labor to businesses and earn income. They spend that income on goods and services. The spending allows firms to continue producing products, hiring workers, and growing the economy. That's why it's called a circle. Going back to the gas. You need the gas to get to work. You need to get to work so you can pay your bills. You need to pay your bills so you have someplace to stay. You need some place to stay so you can sleep at night, so you can hop back in that car with expensive gas, go back to work. It's a circle. That is the economy. Am I making any sense? Next question. Can consumers influence firms? Can the consumers influence firms to adopt more sustainability practices? I'm gonna play along with this. Yes, whenever consumers choose environmental friendly or ethical made products, businesses often change their practices to meet their demand. They're going to change it to meet the demand. Look at actually this is kind of interesting. Look at what was the name? Stanley. Stanley used to make those big ugly cups, right? Made for the working man. But then they switched their motto to the colorful ones. I don't have one, but the colorful ones more geared towards teens and women. I may sound a little sexist saying that, but it was for teens and women. All right, and then they jacked the prices up because demand was high. There you go. So personal reflection. What have I learned through this course or reading these ads? You know, all right. So I did learn a little bit. All right. I'm not going to sit here and act like reading these ads and going through these Q&A like I just learned nothing, like I knew everything. Honestly, I've researched all of this before. So this course helped me realize that every purchase I make influences businesses. We have more power than we think we do. We just don't have that power alone. That's why I need all of y'all to get on board when we do these strikes. Look at the power that they had in cancel culture. Just off Twitter. One person canceling you means nothing, but when the whole Twitter canceled you, so we have the power to set these prices and make these influences on the economy, right? So, but we can use that power for good too, like support companies that practice ethical and sustainable business practices. Look at what they're doing to Tesla right now. 4 years ago, Tesla was the coolest thing in the world. Then he started talking too much, and now everybody hates him, and everybody's turning against him. And now all of a sudden, the Cybertruck, which people were lying and said that it looks good, or being honest and saying that it's ugly, and it's the worst selling truck now, because the people banded together. All right, and also actions I'm gonna take in the future is compare prices and product quality before purchasing. Which is, I should have compared to this because I didn't know this was zero caffeine. I just wanted zero sugar. But live and learn. Encourage healthy competition and make informed financial decisions. Hey, I know we talk about conspiracies here on this podcast. It's the last episode of the season. I hope you learned something through these ads. I sure did. See you next season.